Ever felt like you're spinning your wheels? Like each day blurs into the next and you're just stuck? I've been there too. In my early 20s, my stepdad passed away and it left our family struggling. I was struggling. And instead of leaning into the pain and working through that and being there with my family, I ran away and I numbed out and I ignored the pain for far too long. I woke up about 4 years later and I realized I didn't want to live that way, but I didn't know what to do. Fast forward a few more years and I became a new wife. On top of that, I became a new stepmom to 3 kids and I had no idea how to parent. So I fumbled my way through. The thing that woke me up out of that fog and that struggle was our daughter running away in 2017. That was the moment that really woke me up. And then I started asking more thoughtful questions and started contemplating who I was, how I was showing up. If that feeling of stuckness resonates with you, if you find yourself in the same cycles over and over again, stay with me because today I'll share what it took to break out of that place of stagnation and start living a life that felt vibrant, purposeful, and free. Hi friends, I'm Ashley. I help Christian women and faith seekers break free from feeling stuck and step into a life of purpose. I help you gain clarity, dream boldly, set strategic goals, and build habits that create meaningful personal and community impact. So, what is stagnation? It's a sense of being stuck, repeating the same unfulfilling cycles and feeling like there's no way forward. Stagnation may feel like the Netflix binges and wine nights that become a pattern, going through motions at work and home, feeling disconnected from prayer and purpose, or getting into the same fight with your spouse over and over again. There are some common reasons why people get stuck. One is life changes. Transitions like new roles or responsibilities, like for me, becoming a stepmom and a new wife, they can lead to overwhelm with trying to juggle these new roles or multiple roles at a time. Also, loss of direction. If we're not clear about our goals or our purpose is undefined, we can just drift along in life. We can also get stuck because we compare ourselves to other people's highlight reels. Fear and wanting to stay in our comfort zones. Being held back by the fear of failure, wanting to stay with the familiar. Another reason people get stuck is that they become disconnected from their faith and themselves. Does this sound familiar? Maybe you've found yourself here, feeling scattered or disconnected or wondering, is this it? That quiet voice saying there must be something more. Or maybe you've realized that your coping mechanisms stopped working. I get it. And I believe that God has so much more for you. So here we are. You admit that you've got a stuck problem. Great. So how do I get unstuck? Before I go further, go ahead and hit that like button and that subscribe button down below for more great content. Bringing it back to how we break free. Honestly, that's an answer that only you can find, but there are some habits and tools that you can try out to start gaining clarity and changing your mindset and therefore your actions. So here are a few things to try. Number 1, morning minutes, or as I recently heard, the power hour. I love that, but not everyone has an hour to give. So we'll stick with morning minutes. I'm sure by now you've heard the importance of how we start our days. There is no right morning routine, as everyone is different, and it can change with life transitions. But some great things to include in your routine that many people, including myself, have found to be helpful are getting up early, making your bed, starting your day with a gratitude practice, meditating on scripture, and setting an intention for your day. Number 2, set small, achievable goals. Breaking out of stagnation is not about big, dramatic changes. It's about small, intentional steps, practiced consistently over time. I suggest that you pick one habit to build or to adjust. It could be a morning walk, or limiting your social media use, or reading a book. By the way, I have a free 5 simple habits guide in the description below that includes a habit tracker. So if you're ready to get unstuck, you can download that guide and try any of these habits or the habits in there to start seeing some momentum in your life. My last suggestion is to find accountability and support. There is power in authentic community. Not only does it help our mental health in a plethora of ways, but it also brings accountability into our lives. Remember that who you surround yourself with has a big impact on how you show up. So if you're noticing negative patterns with people you're hanging out with now, perhaps it's time to evaluate your relationships. And I'm not saying to go out and get all new ones, but if spending time with someone is dragging you back into the cycles that you feel stuck in, it might be wise to limit time with that person and to seek authentic community that's more aligned with your values and where you want to go in life. For me, having people to check in with, pray with, or just share my struggles with was a game changer. I invite you to reach out to a friend or to join a community. That could be with me here on YouTube, or join me on Facebook where we can interact on a more personal level. It could also be a local group, a Bible study, or another online group. The important thing is that you find a group of people that align with who you are and where you want to go in life. That will help you break out of that stagnation. So if this video has resonated with you and you're starting to realize or have known that you are stuck in a cycle that you don't want to be in, the good news is that you don't have to. You do not have to live on autopilot or feel trapped in these same patterns. God has something greater in store for you. These small steps, when taken consistently, can start unlocking a path to the life that He's calling you into. I encourage you to take action today, a small step like journaling, praying, or choosing one of these goals. If you do choose one of these goals or download my guide and start working on one of those habits, I would love for you to share with me what it is you're working on in the comments below. This journey will not change everything overnight, but with faith, consistent willingness to try, and these small, powerful steps, you will break free one day at a time.